Y esta mañana los organizadores del Carnaval Miami anunciaron los aspectos más destacados de esta actividad. El carnaval, que tendrá lugar este próximo sábado, y el paseo el domingo, contará con la presencia de Willy Chirino como gran mariscal y junto a él la presencia de destacados artistas. Después, el domingo 14, tendrá lugar el insuperable Festival de la Calle 8, que como cada año ofrecerá algo espectacular. En esta ocasión, el escenario más grande jamás visto y una escenografía, luces y sonidos sencillamente fabulosos. Por supuesto, ahí estarán las cámaras de su canal 23. ¡Qué ritmo!
Y pasando a otras informaciones aquí en Miami, las actividades del carnaval comenzaron esta noche con una gran fiesta en el Salón Casablanca de la pequeña Havana. En el evento del club Los Kiwanis estuvieron presentes artistas y cuerpos de baile que hicieron las delicias de los asistentes. El sábado tendrá lugar el carnaval, cuyo mariscal este año será Willy Chirino. El domingo tendrá lugar el paseo y el siguiente domingo, día 14, el tan esperado Festival de Open House de la Calle 8.
Y hoy llegó a Miami el animador del programa de la cadena Univisión Siempre en Domingo, Raúl Velasco, ya que este sábado será también el animador del espectáculo Noche de Carnaval, que se efectuará en el estadio Orange Bowl. Una constelación de estrellas deleitará al público presente y el espectáculo será presentado por la cadena Univisión en este mes de marzo. Velasco asistirá esta noche a una fiesta de cumpleaños de Emilio Estefan y por supuesto que Mauricio Selig nos traerá todos los detalles esta noche en Noticias 23.
Bueno, esta semana es la semana del Carnaval Miami y esta noche ya está aquí en nuestra ciudad con motivo del carnaval el presentador de Siempre en Domingo, Raúl Velasco. Mauricio Selig pudo conversar con él.
Es una noche muy especial, estamos celebrando un carnaval y un cumpleaños. Tenemos desde luego pues a Gloria Estefan, John Secada, el rey del carnaval, el rey, y tenemos también pues al homenajeado. Yo creo que Gloria debe estar al lado de Emilio, a ver cómo lo hacemos, a ver. Después de todo, 40 años cumple Emilio hoy.
Es un baby todavía.
Un baby, y alguien que Miami quiere, y alguien que de verdad viene a Miami con mucho cariño. Raúl Velasco, carnaval y cumpleaños.
Carnaval y cumpleaños, dos cosas al mismo tiempo, ¿verdad? Sumar amistades y sumar amor.
Usted hablaba con Gloria del principio de su carrera. ¿Qué le parece Gloria hoy en día? Y Emilio.
Bueno, y la ciudad de Miami, sí, la ciudad de Miami se prepara para el carnaval que dará inicio este fin de semana. Desde ayer comenzaron las fiestas para recibir a todos los invitados que están llegando para participar en el evento. Estuvimos en la recepción ofrecida a Raúl Velasco y la pasamos de maravilla. Están ustedes invitados.
Una doble celebración. Bienvenidos a una alegre fiesta, con música, mucha música para el comienzo de un carnaval. La cadena Univisión le ofreció una recepción de bienvenida al amigo de todos, Raúl Velasco, en víspera de Noche de Carnaval.
Get ready, get set. TGIF, it's Friday, and tonight's Spotlight takes you on a roller coaster ride of the things to do and see this weekend.
You can call it Paseo or Carnival Miami. Either way, it's an annual celebration that traditionally kicks off Cayocho Week. Dancing, food, parades, and concerts will take place Sunday at 1 o'clock along Flagler and Southwest First Streets. And, of course, a star-studded list of performers are on at Carnival Miami night, Saturday at 8 o'clock at the Orange Bowl.
Noche de Carnaval en el Orange Bowl. Mañana.
Pero con 80 artistas.
Exactamente, con Raúl Velasco animando la presentación y su majestad Willy Chirino.
Willy Chirino.
Tenemos a mucha gente que te quiere, Lucho.
¿Cómo quién?
Como todo ese público.
Qué divino. Y en el...
Ya está todo listo para la gran noche de carnaval de mañana sábado. A las 6:30 de esta tarde comenzó en el estadio Orange Bowl el programa Noche en la pequeña Havana, mediante el cual los participantes asistirían a los últimos ensayos del carnaval. Después pasaron al restaurante Málaga, donde continuó la excitación con bebidas y comidas latinas. El programa fue auspiciado por la empresa Bacardí, la cadena Univisión y su canal 23.
We leave you tonight with the Latin beat of Carnival Miami.
Thanks a lot for watching the excitement downtown at the Orange Bowl, where bands and dance groups took part in the 10-day festival.
Saturday Night Live is next. Have a good night.
Thank
And still ahead, we'll tell you if it's going to be a sunny Sunday.
And some top Hispanic performers strut their stuff at the Orange Bowl. Carnival Miami gets underway.
Finally tonight, the Latin beat filled the air at the Orange Bowl. Of thousands of people celebrated the kickoff of Carnival Miami. Top Hispanic stars from around the world were on hand for the dazzling show. Carnival continues through the week and ends with a giant celebration next Sunday, the world-famous Calle.
Y no solo estamos de plácemes por los Marlins, sino que también hoy es día de carnaval en Miami. El Orange Bowl acaba de abrir sus puertas para que los aficionados puedan entrar al estadio, donde a partir de las 8 de la noche todo será música y alegría.
Así es, José. Este año el carnaval cuenta con un formidable elenco artístico y allá está nuestro compañero Mauricio Celi con toda la información en vivo. Buenas tardes, Mauricio. ¿Cómo está aquello por allá?
Buenas tardes, María y José. Ustedes están invitados entre ahora y el noticiero de las 11.
Para allá vamos.
Para que vengan para acá y ustedes también, mis amigos, comienza a las 8 de la noche, como dijo María, y de verdad que es el comienzo de las festividades de carnaval. Esta noche, noche de carnaval, mañana paseo y la próxima semana pues calle 8 y también la alegría de toda una ciudad que se recuperó ya, gracias a Dios, poco a poco de lo que fue el huracán Andrew, y queremos demostrarle al mundo entero y sobre todo a través de la cadena Univisión de que Miami se viste de nuevo de fiesta. La lista de artistas para esta noche es interminable. Miren, John Secada, Eduardo Capetillo, Lucero que está preciosa, que anoche la entrevistamos y de verdad una de las artistas más completas de la televisión y de la música latinoamericana. Álvaro Torres y el mariachi Morarriaga. Los Morarriaga que ya son parte, es el mariachi de Miami, ¿me entienden? Y también pues Garibaldi, Rey Ruiz, los Fantasmas del Caribe, Oscar de León, Daniela Romo, Willy Chirino, Rey del Carnaval, Su Majestad Willy, y también Wilfrido Vargas. Eso sí, Lupita D'Alessio tuvo que cancelar a última hora, pues se encuentra afectada de las cuerdas vocales, tiene un fuerte catarro. Lupita, les cuento que se ha hecho una cirugía plástica, luce preciosa y ha bajado de peso, así que en la próxima ocasión que venga la tendremos para ustedes aquí en Univisión. Lo que sí les puedo decir es que están todos ustedes invitados para que vean un espectáculo bonito, alegre y sobre todo también las comparsas. Vamos a tener la alegría de varias comparsas que van a estar por aquí, y lo más importante es que queremos que ustedes lo disfruten también a través de Univisión el día miércoles 17 de marzo, mejor dicho. Así que yo creo que por ahora no hay nada que podamos decirles de más, sino que están montando el escenario ahora que ustedes pueden ver. El público está llegando ya, están todos los kioscos preparándose, hay cola afuera, la gente entrando, una noche segura, bonita, buen clima, así que están todos ustedes invitados. Ustedes ven Sábado Gigante, vienen para acá, hagan sus actividades y por la noche a las 11 un resumen de todo lo que ha pasado aquí en Noche de Carnaval. Volvemos a ustedes al estudio, María y José.
Muchísimas gracias, Mauricio. Estamos seguros que todo va a estar por allá muy divertido.
Sí. Cuando regresemos les traeremos la reacción de los fanáticos ante la racha invicta de los flamantes Marlins.
Y Mauricio Selig nos llevará a la fiesta de Noche de Carnaval. Estaremos en vivo con él, no se vayan. Bueno, y hoy es Noche de Carnaval, la esperada noche de música y bailes en el estadio Orange Bowl.
El carnaval cuenta con un formidable elenco artístico y en estos momentos les vamos a traer imágenes en vivo de lo que está ocurriendo allí en el Orange Bowl. Como ustedes pueden ver, ese es el escenario. Y vemos a Emilio Estefan, que en este momento está saludando a algunas de las numerosas artistas que se han hecho presentes en este gran evento.
En estos momentos está tomando lugar el espectáculo que comenzó a las 8 de la noche. Como pueden ver, el estadio Orange Bowl se encuentra atestado de personas que están disfrutando de la música de los artistas muy famosos que están allá.
Y ahora vamos a presentarles un video que nos envió esta tarde nuestro corresponsal especial para este evento, Mauricio Celi. Como veían, una animada comparsa y bueno, hubo mucha salsa, merengue.
Y por cierto, José, el 17 de marzo el Canal 23 va a transmitir una edición de este programa, de este espectáculo, con la actuación de todos los artistas y también del evento en sí, una edición completa del espectáculo que se ha transmitido esta noche.
La bandera cubana, por supuesto, flameando, y ahí estamos viendo imágenes en vivo de Instavisión en este momento en el estadio Orange Bowl. La pachanga, la fiesta está en todo su apogeo. Y por supuesto el maestro de ceremonias, don Raúl Velasco. Y este es Eduardo Capetillo, me imagino que encantando a sus fanáticas ahí.
Uno de los protagonistas de las telenovelas de Univisión, quien ha venido a actuar también en esta noche de carnaval para el público de Miami.
Aparte de él, tengo entendido que estaban John Secada y una serie de artistas más, la verdad. Sería realmente muy extenso el ponernos en este momento a hablar de la cantidad de artistas que han tomado parte en ese evento, pero como decía María, les traeremos el show, lo mejor del show, acá por su cadena Univisión. Ahora pasamos a nuestro corresponsal en la noche de carnaval, Mauricio Celi, que se nos había perdido. Dice que lo vieron por última vez en una fila de conga por ahí.
Pero aquello está muy divertido y vamos a ver ahora que él nos tiene unas interesantes entrevistas. Buenas noches, Mauricio. Aquello está muy animado por lo que vemos.
Muy animado, María, José. Brindamos con café por el ganador del loto y aquí tenemos pues a los fantasmas que han sido sensación esta noche aquí. A ver, Luigi, cuéntame.
Bueno, mira, yo en realidad no tomo café, pero por una ciudad como la de Miami nos faltaba más, un poquito. A ver.
Brindamos por ustedes. ¿Les han pasado bien aquí en Miami?
Estupendamente. Y hoy rematamos con lo mejor que nos puede haber pasado esta semana en Miami.
Es un grupo nuevo venezolano, han causado sensación en el hermano país y ya en América Latina, y aquí esta noche han sido de verdad de mucho tiquitiqui.
La estamos pasando de maravilla, de verdad, con este tiquitiqui y el sabor latino, de verdad.
Oye, y tú no tomas café, ¿no, verdad?
Claro. No, lo tomo, está bien sabroso, ¿verdad?
Me han dado un pellizco por aquí atrás y no debe ser Sara Castani de la revista Vanidades que está por aquí. Aquí hay muchísima gente, Guillermo Benítez. Ustedes también quieren saludar a todo el mundo.
Bueno, saludo muy especial a la gente de Miami. Bueno, la hemos pasado estupendamente aquí y esperamos que, bueno, nos sigan viendo.
Usted estaba desprevisto.
Dígame, no, ¿cómo está la gente de Miami? Oye, qué chévere. Mira, yo aquí tomando un café cubano bien bueno, el pilón.
Ya hizo, como dicen en Venezuela, la cuña, hizo el comercial. De todas maneras, lo que queremos es saludarlos a ustedes, saludarles y felicitarles porque estamos en época de carnaval. Vaya. Con toda nuestra gente, la gente del Canal 23, nos despedimos de ustedes. María, José, como le dije a ustedes, qué pena que no han estado aquí. El especial sale el 17 de marzo. Buen fin de semana con los fantasmas. Yo vine vestido de no sé de qué, pero no de fantasma. Felicidades.
Fantasma estaba hecho hace un rato.
El fantasma de la ópera.
Estamos seguros que es una lástima que no hayamos estado ahí realmente.
De verdad que sí, nos lo perdimos, pero lo veremos el 17.
Yo tengo una pena que me está matando al ver que ese hombre quiere traicionarme. Siguiendo un camino que hay mujeres de sobra.
Y las oraciones de todos ustedes me devolvieron con vida y aquí estoy con muchas pilas, gracias a Dios, y a sus oraciones de todos ustedes. Que Dios los bendiga.
Ned Smith, Hank Goldberg, and Carrie Ross up next with Sunday Sports Final. We leave you, though, first with the salsa rhythms of today's Carnival Miami parade through Little Havana. Have a great week.
was Paseo Day in Little Havana. No, we're not talking about that car. Paseo is actually a parade for the people. And there was a little something for everyone at Paseo. Street dancers, folk dancers, limbo and steel bands. And if all that music stimulated appetites, there were plenty of exotic foods to savor from foreign countries, just about any place in the world.
Finally tonight, it is a party where you are the star. Today was the big Paseo Festival in Miami. The streets filled with limbo dancers, steel bands, floats. But this is not just any street festival. You're invited to become part of the party and join in on the parades, dance to your heart's delight. Looks like exactly what they are doing.
And of course, this is just a warm-up for Cayocho, which is just around the corner.
Got to get those muscles going.
Yeah, really.
Frank, and just ahead, Rena Gainey takes a look at the week ahead.
Plus partying at Paseo. Carnival kicks into gear.
Thanks, Rena. And finally tonight, a big fiesta in the streets of Little Havana today as the week-long Carnival Miami goes into full swing. The annual Paseo made its way down Flagler Street, complete with fancy floats, Cuban bands, and yes, even limbo dancers. The parade, Latino style, is only a preview of a much bigger block party, Cayocho, which winds up the week-long festivities.
Looks like a lot of fun.
They're having a great time.
Y para terminar, ayer domingo miles de personas se congregaron a lo largo de la calle Flagler para disfrutar del tradicional paseo que precede el Festival de la Calle 8. Hubo carrozas, bandas musicales y la próxima cita, por supuesto, es el domingo en la Calle 8 y allí nos vemos.
Qué bien, y estos fueron los sucesos que hicieron noticia hoy. Los esperamos mañana a las 6. Cuídense.
En nombre de todos nosotros, tengan todos ustedes muy, pero muy buenas noches. Sí, señor.
Morning, Highland Oaks.
Yeah.
That's great. As you wake up this morning, we've got a party for you.
You really have to, because Little Havana is kicking off its week-long Carnival. Floats, Latin-style limbo dancers, and Cuban bands all made their way down Flagler Street Sunday for the annual Paseo. The event's a preview of a much larger party, Cayocho. That fiesta is next Sunday and wraps up the Carnival events.
Thanks. Finally tonight, some of South Florida's finest chefs took part in the Cayocho cooking contest. The contest wasn't easy, though. Chefs had to use corn oil, mayonnaise, and seasoning cubes in their recipes to satisfy the sponsors. Among the winners, shrimp in a seasoning cube, fish sauce, a killer tropical chicken salad, and, of course, Cayocho's special paella salad brought home all the honors.
And that's it for us.
We'll see you tomorrow night.
Y esta noche también fue presentado el primer video musical de la reina de la salsa, Celia Cruz, producido por Emilio Estefan. Y como era de esperarse, allí estuvo Mauricio Selig para traernos este informe.
Bienvenidos mis amigos a una noche, a un miércoles de Celia. Celia, como hay actividades en el pueblo esta noche.
Muchas, ¿verdad?
Mira, bueno, hubo parte de los festejos de la Calle 8.
Seguro, ya sabes que el día 14 estamos ahí.
Y qué linda, yo le voy a pedir a nuestro camarógrafo que demuestre el modelito de Celia.
The man who runs the fastest around here is in Little Havana. Are you running again, Steve?
Yes, I am, man. I'm running at Calle Ocho. It's a night on Calle Ocho because we're on 8th Street. We're going to run 8 kilometers, 5 miles here in this beautiful street in Little Havana. All the money raised goes to the Kiwanis Club in this area for area projects, the one and only Channel 10, one of the sponsors. But, Ann, this may be one event where the competitors actually gain weight, because we're going to run a little, but we're going to eat a lot. Let me bring you over here and show you. After we get done running, we're going to come over to this area, and you can see they are setting up a stage for live bands. They're going to be bringing in tons of food, and I do mean tons of food for the competitors here. So the secret is, Ann, you gear up, and then you chow down. Gear up, chow down. So I actually may weigh in before the competition, and this actually gives me some incentive to finish a little faster, to know there will be some food left over. I'll give you my strategy, by the way, coming up at 6 o'clock. Right now, I want to tell you some other sports news of the day. A shocker out on Key Biscayne. The Lipton has lost the #1 player in the world. Monica Seles this afternoon withdrew from the tournament that begins tomorrow. Possession of first place. Once again, and you got my strategy. Gear up, chow down. Gear up, chow down. Right?
Sounds good to me, Steve. Why not? And still ahead.
Our very own marathon man, Steve Alvarez, has decided to tackle a shorter distance tonight, right, Steve?
Yeah, 8 kilometers is
Much
plenty
better.
for me tonight. Yeah, we're on Calle Ocho as part of Carnival Miami. We're going to run, and then we're going to eat. We've got a lot of food, a lot of Latin specialty dishes tonight, so it truly will be a night on Calle Ocho after we run. I'm pretty fast. I think the only guy faster than me would be Todd Tongan, running away from that wedding shower, because he is a confirmed bachelor, but that is another sport unto itself. Let me tell you what is going on in the world of sports. First, congratulations to Miami High School's basketball team. What a comeback this afternoon in Tallahassee in the state semifinals in Class 4A. They come back, they outscore overnight, are in the Big East tournament. It is their first round matchup against the Hoyas of Georgetown. Frank Ford has more on the Hurricanes' preparation. Thank you, Frank. We'll have the highlights from that game for you tonight at 11 o'clock. Baseball, the Marlins keep it on a roll. They beat the Cincinnati Reds 7-1 this afternoon. Trevor Hoffman, the winning pitcher. I can tell you it's going to be a great night out here. You can hear the music in the background. They're going to have at least 2 live bands. I think the strategy is first mile run, second mile a little rumba, then a little samba, 4th mile's open, 5th mile I'm bringing it home with a lambada.
And a little paella.
Okay,
Sounds
see
like
you
fun.
later.
Have a good run.
Bye-bye.
Bye, have a good time.
Still ahead, Steve is out for a run to celebrate in Carnival.
He's live in Little Havana tonight.
Hi, Dwight. Yeah, it is a night on Calle Ocho, an 8K run, a little food, and one big party. We'll tell you about it coming up in sports.
Steve's in Little Havana tonight for the Carnival Miami 8K run, and you can talk about being athletic, Steve, but I know you're there for the food.
Oh, yeah, that's the big story. After you get the little 5-mile run, then you get the big feast. It's going to be a lot of fun. You hear the music, Ann? Let me take you over to the party. How many runs do you go to where you warm up to a salsa beat? They've got bands out here warming up. They're going to have a lot of folks, a lot of food. It will be one big-time party. If I can get my cable over here, you can see a lot of folks warming up, stretching, and getting ready. You do a little samba, a little rumba, and then you're ready to run, right? All right, let me tell you what else is going on in sports today. First, we'll start with tennis. A shocker over on Key Biscayne. The Lipton loses the #1 women's player in the world. Monica Seles has withdrawn from this tournament because she has the flu, so she will not be at Lipton. The tournament begins without her tomorrow. In golf, last week it was the Doral Ryder Open. This week they move a little further north to the Weston Hills Country Club. It's the Honda Classic. We'll show you some of the better shots. We'll have the highlights for you tonight. I will not give you my time from tonight's run. I will tell you I will finish, and I will do some serious eating. I will be #1 in that competition. We'll see you later.
Well, Steve, I suspect we'll find out what his time is, right?
He's probably the only guy there with lights on his shoes.
Well, not only that, but
He has lights on his shoes, trust me.
his boss is there with a stopwatch, too. Next.
A hot time in the old town tonight in Little Havana. Had a little run, little food, had a big time party. Calle Ocho, the 8K charity run. It's part of the Carnival Miami celebration, running through the heart of Little Havana on 8th Street, the one and only Channel 10, one of the sponsors. Had a couple thousand people who turned out for this thing on a nice, pleasant evening right down 8th Street. We had a great time, but the bad news, Dwight, the bad news is I ran minus one of my taillights. One of the lights on my shoe went out.
Blew out.
I was pulled over and given 2 warnings, but never ticketed.
Gonna have to get some new shoes.
Yeah.
Got to get some new wheels.
Anybody else out there we know?
Yeah, our general managers there, our news directors. I smoked them both. Though. We don't want to.
Oh, don't say that.
They'll be telling a different story.
We all ran
tomorrow.
for fun.
Good.
How appropriate. It is cultural calendar time, and of course we're talking about Calle Ocho, the country's biggest street fair. Is this Sunday. Come by the Coca-Cola FM 92 Channel 4 stage to hear super music and meet Channel 4 personalities. The festivities begin at noon.
Well, it's that time of the week again when we look forward to 2 days away from the workplace. Yes, it's Friday, and our weekend What to Do begins with a Latin beat.
If you haven't heard of Cayocho by now, you've got to be real new to town. It's an all-day open house celebration on the streets of Little Havana. Musicians will perform on the more than 40 stages throughout the block party. An estimated 1 million partygoers will celebrate this traditional Latin festival. Cayocho begins Sunday morning at 10 o'clock on Southwest 8th Street from 4th to 27th Avenues.
Bueno, y esta mañana, continuando con las celebraciones del Carnaval Miami, se celebró en los campos del Hotel Doral, aquí en Miami, el torneo de golf presentado por la cadena Univision y los Kiwanis de la pequeña Havana. Conocidas figuras locales, personalidades y deportistas se reunieron en este torneo, que también tuvo la participación de American Airlines, Kraft, Miller, American Savings y Tamiami Automotive Group. Bueno, estamos en la semana de Carnaval Miami y uno de los eventos más significativos es el que se está celebrando esta noche en el Palacio de Vizcaya. Allí tenemos con nosotros en vivo a Mauricio Celi, que se fue de fiesta con los Kiwanis de la pequeña Havana, ¿verdad, Mauricio?
Guillermo, efectivamente, y no creo que ha quedado nadie en la ciudad de Miami, todo el mundo está aquí y estamos todos aquí. Este es el pueblo, está la gente del 23 saludando a su majestad, el rey del carnaval. ¡Mauricio! Y acompañando a su majestad, la reina Lady Di. Buenas noches, Lisette.
Muy buenas noches, pues contentísimo, mira qué fiesta más linda. Y contenta de estar al lado del rey.
Lady Di, di algo, Lady Di. Lady Di dice que no va a quedar un estilo de pelo. No, hay una ventolera esta noche. Mañana los peluqueros van a estar mitad de Perales, Sammy, todo el mundo. Yo vengo para acá de vuelta, por aquí está, por ejemplo, está Tomás Acías Usted, dime.
¿Cómo se llama el barbero tuyo?
Beto, de la calle 8. Vizcaya esta noche se viste de alegría porque estamos... Buenas noches, Tomás.
Buenas noches, Mauricio. Fenómeno. La fiesta más grande de Estados Unidos la preparamos los cubanos aquí en Miami, los hispanos de Miami. Es una satisfacción
todos
tremenda.
Nos damos la mano, efectivamente. Buenas noches, señores. Y aquí tenemos pues a un nuevo cantante, que hay de todo. Quiero que el camarógrafo tome el estilo nuevo de Luomo, un nuevo cantante que tenemos. Luomo, esto es un modelito nuevo para Miami.
Un modelito nuevo para todo el mundo de Miami y para que lo pueda disfrutar todo el mundo.
De España, en vivo aquí a Miami. Aquí tenemos pues a su majestad también, está la reina del carnaval, Ivette Vázquez.
Leslie Vázquez.
Leslie Vázquez, mi amor, perdón. Bellísima y muy inteligente. Estuve hablando contigo y de verdad, eres un orgullo para la comunidad hispana de Miami.
Muchas gracias, Mauricio. Estoy muy contenta de estar aquí hoy disfrutando de todas las fiestas del carnaval. Los invito a todos que sigan disfrutando de ellas.
Sí, porque esto solamente es parte de lo que va a haber el domingo. El domingo es Open House Calle 8, una de las fiestas callejeras más grandes del mundo. Todos los hispanos en la Calle 8 y aquí tenemos, anoche estuvo con nosotros Héctor Tricoche, que también está recuperándose ya de su operación al corazón, feliz, cantando y con mucha salsa por toda América.
Gracias a Dios, gracias a Dios. Buenas noches, mi gente. La primera vez que estoy en Vizcaya, fíjate.
¿Primera vez?
La primera vez y estoy encantado de la vida. Y acompañado de Leslie Vázquez, que es una preciosísima.
Efectivamente.
Muchas gracias.
Hay miles y miles de personas aquí esta noche, como les estaba diciendo. Aquí está Willy. Willy, queremos otra vez conversar contigo.
¿Otra vez?
Pero esta parte sí, en serio, ¿qué ha significado para ti ser rey del carnaval? La parte seria.
Bueno, ¿qué te puedo decir? Algo que me emociona muchísimo. Yo estoy muy agradecido a los Kiwanis por haberme dado este honor tan grande, después de una trayectoria de grandes reyes y reinas del carnaval, que me hayan elegido a mí este año, a este Guajiro de Consolación del Sur. Es un gran honor.
Es un gran honor. Eso es en Pinar del Río, mis amigos. Lo importante es que todos los latinos nos damos la mano en esta gran fiesta, en esta fiesta callejera del domingo, y estamos una vez más con ustedes aquí en Vizcaya. No te vayas, Lice, mi amor. Si tú eres de Tiquitiqui, mi amor, no te puedes ir.
Estoy llamando también para hacer una entrevista de Nueva York, Malín Falú.
De Nueva York. Bueno, pues muchísimas gracias a ustedes.
Un beso a todos, que se diviertan mucho, mucho.
Un aplauso para su majestad.
Yeah.
Si Inglaterra tiene a Lady Di y al príncipe Charles, aquí tenemos a Willy Chirino.
Muy bien,
sean
pues,
felices, cuídense y buen fin de semana.
Muy bien, pues Mauricio nos estaba informando directamente desde el Vizcaya en la fiesta de los Kiwanis de la pequeña Havana, y como Mauricio dijo, todo Miami se ha ido para la fiesta y eso no es cierto, yo estoy aquí.
Bueno, y a pesar del pronóstico del tiempo, Miami se prepara para los carnavales de este fin de semana.
Y el Bayfront Park en el corazón de la ciudad tendrá todo el sabor internacional en un evento artístico auspiciado por Coca-Cola y la cadena Telemundo.
Y Raúl de Molines en vivo desde allí. Cuéntanos, Raúl, ¿cómo van esos preparativos?
Gracias, Leticia Ambrosio. Todo da de lo más bien mañana a partir de las 7 aquí en Bayside. Carnaval Internacional. Vamos a ver cómo estaban llegando hoy los últimos preparativos. Podemos ver el video. Y aquí tengo a todos los que van a estar con nosotros en el carnaval. Lucía Méndez, que termina de llegar de Venezuela. Oh, vamos a ver el video. Esto va a estar aquí mañana a partir de las 7 de la noche y después va a ser un especial que se va a ver por toda la cadena Telemundo el miércoles a las 8 de la noche nacionalmente. Aquí es cuando llegó Lucía Méndez. Bueno, y aquí los tengo a todos. Lucía, ¿de dónde viniste? ¿Viniste de Venezuela?
Sí, primero fui a Venezuela, que estuvimos en el premio Ronda, muy lindo, y luego fui a México a preparar mi nuevo LP. Y estoy muy contenta porque eso se va a poner buenísimo mañana, padrísimo.
¿Quiénes son los que van a estar aquí mañana?
Imagínate, va a estar Gloria Trevi.
Gloria Trevi, dicen que va a desnudar un hombre aquí en el escenario.
No.
Eso me han dicho.
Bueno, a mí me dijeron que a ti.
A mí, no, bueno, vamos a ver, yo quizás si ella quiere que lo haga. Mili, Jocelyn no la he visto, estás aquí también Randú de la novela Cassandra y Osvaldo Río. ¿Cómo estás, Osvaldo?
Muy bien, un saludo a toda la gente de Miami, toda la cadena hispana de Telemundo. Venimos directamente desde Venezuela, estamos haciendo Cassandra con mucho amor y mucha solidaridad a todos los hermanos hispanos.
Y en el mismo escenario Randú y Osvaldo Río. Ustedes no se llevaban muy bien en la novela Cassandra, ¿no?
No, pero en la vida real somos muy buenos amigos.
Bueno, mañana estén aquí en Bayside a partir de las 7 de la noche y después lo vamos a ver en Telemundo el miércoles a las 8 de la noche. Todo está ya preparándose y mañana no se lo pierdan. Volvemos a los estudios con Ambrosio y Leticia.
Se va a poner bueno.
Bueno, y la fiesta es por todo lo alto esta noche en el Palacio Vizcaya.
Todo se debe al inicio de las festividades del Carnaval Miami y el desfile de la calle 8.
¿Y quién mejor que Raúl de Molina para que nos diga qué está pasando por allá? Adelante, Raúl.
Gracias, Leticia y Ambrosio. Estoy aquí en la fiesta de los Kiwanes en el Palacio Versalles. Vizcaya, no Versalles, Vizcaya. Y hay un viento tremendo. Yo pensé que iba a empezar a llover, pero vamos a ver el reportaje que hice. Pongámoslos ahora, por favor. Desde muy temprano en la noche fueron llegando los invitados al Palacio Vizcaya. Aquí esta noche se está celebrando la fiesta más importante del año de los Kiwanes con motivo de las festividades de la calle 8 este domingo. Y lo que muchos estaban esperando, invitaciones para esta fiesta, y algunos se han tenido que quedar en la calle. En esta fiesta no podía faltar el folclor caribeño y la comida también era necesaria.
Todo muy bonito, fantástico, me parece muy bien.
Fabulosa, creo que nunca había estado en una fiesta tan emocionante y tan emotiva como esta.
Bueno, esto ratifica el espíritu de fiesta que tenemos los latinos. Bueno, y ahora estamos aquí con el rey del carnaval, Willy Chirino. Mira que te han hecho sufrir, como te han hecho esperar para ser el rey del carnaval.
Bueno, yo creo que nunca es tarde si la dicha es buena.
Pero la gente lo pedía desde hace años.
Eso es lo más lindo que tiene esto. Que no. Es una elección del pueblo, que es muy linda. Y aparte, gracias a los kiwanis por haberme dado este honor tan grande. Estoy muy contento. Oye, ¿qué clase de fiesta? Esto es como una calle 8 con toxidos.
No, todo el mundo se está divirtiendo aquí muchísimo. Yo no puedo, quiero terminar esto para poder ir a divertirme también. Ven acá, mañana vas a estar en Carnaval Internacional.
Exacto, allá vamos a estar en Carnaval Internacional en el Bayfront Park. Y el domingo en la tarima de Miller Lite, otra no hay, que va en la 4 y la 8 naturalmente. Así que los espero a todos mis amigos que vayan por allá, como a las 5 y pico de la tarde ya estamos tocando.
Bueno, ¿y cómo te sientes ahora, el rey? Todo el mundo está detrás de ti este fin de semana. Yo he tenido tremendo lío para buscarte aquí, llegaste en el último momento. ¿Cómo te sientes como rey del Carnaval Miami?
Yo me siento muy honrado, muy feliz y muy agradecido a todas las personas que han tenido que ver con esta decisión y sobre todo a la gente de Miami, que yo sé que a través de ellos, de sus cartas y de sus mensajes, a través de ti, de la televisión y de la prensa, pues han puesto su voto y han dicho que Willy Chirino quieren que sea el rey del carnaval. Y yo no sé por qué.
Gracias, Willy. Bueno, volvemos al estudio, seguimos aquí divirtiéndonos en la fiesta de los Kiwanes. Leticia y Ambrosio.
Y divertidos están, lo que nos perdimos.
Y ya todo está listo para el Festival de la Calle 8, que se celebrará mañana de las 12 del día a las 7 de la noche. Los participantes podrán estacionar gratuitamente en el estadio Orange Bowl o en la secundaria Miami, en la calle Primera del Suroeste y la avenida 24. Y de ahí tomarán autobuses que los llevarán hasta la calle 8. También podrán tomar el Metro Rail hasta la avenida Brickell y de ahí tomar el autobús.
But the cold weather is not discouraging the crowds at Calle Ocho. Hundreds of thousands still flocking to the country's largest block party. Channel 4's Antonio Mora has been soaking up the atmosphere in Little Havana. Antonio.
Hi, Jerry. I'm about at 22nd Avenue and 8th Street, the Calle Ocho. The festival goes on for about 5 blocks to the west of where I am and about another 20 to the east. Over here, over to the left, is where the music you can hear. That's the Orquesta de la Luz, one of the Japanese band that plays salsa music, and they're still going strong. For a lot more of what went on this afternoon, let's take a look. What if you gave a party and nobody came? The organizers of the Calle Ocho open house didn't lose a wink worrying about that. Only 16 years after the first festival here, Calle Ocho has turned into the world's biggest and probably loudest block party. Police estimate 1.3 million people are walking through Little Havana today. All kinds of people of all ages from all over.
Calle Ocho.
And you having a great time?
This is pineapple. This is captain. Calle Ocho.
I came all the way from Chicago solely for this. We're from Homestead.
You having a good time?
Yeah, we having a great time.
I'm from Boston, Massachusetts, actually from Salem, New Hampshire.
And what are you doing down here?
I'm selling shirts, making a living with my buddy.
And what do you think about Calle Ocho?
Calle Ocho's happening. I've never been, this is the first time I've ever been here, so it's happening.
Since it's about 2:30 in the afternoon and photographer John Copeland and I haven't had lunch, I think we're going to take a break now. The question isn't really what to eat since we're in Little Havana. The question is where to eat. The Calle Ocho's great restaurants are cooking up food in a frenzy, but they're not alone. Today they're joined by hundreds of vendors selling food all along the festival's 2-mile stretch.
People buying a lot. Everybody's hungry. They're here to drink. They're here to eat, have a good time. It's a great thing. Thank God the weather held out for us too.
Jerry, they're still eating food out here. The party's going strong. There's still hundreds of thousands of people walking around. A great day, great time had by all. Back to you.
Antonio, how long is it expected to last tonight?
Well, it's supposed to end at 7 o'clock formally, but I don't think there's a chance that that'll happen. I think there are, thousands and thousands of people all around me, as you can probably see. A lot of them sort of hanging out right here with me, and they're having a great time. I don't see them going home anytime soon.
Okay, Antonio, don't go away. We'll get back to you in just a little bit.
6 continues.
I'm Antonio Mora, live here at Calle Ocho, where the party is still going strong. The music, as you can hear, is going on all around me. Let's take a look at some of what we saw earlier today. Lots of food, lots of shopping, but more than anything else, lots of people enjoying the music and dancing. Channel 4's Ileana Bravo was here as an MC, and so was Teresa Rodriguez. Teresa got to introduce one of the headliners, the salsa band from Japan, the Orquesta de la Luz. How do you feel about playing here at the Calle Ocho?
Oh, we are very happy about that. This is second time for us to be in Calle Ocho, and we appreciate it.
That was Nora Hoji, the lead singer of the Orquesta de la Luz, and they're singing right now. As you can see, the crowd is all over the place here, and I can barely hear myself speaking, much less hear anybody in the studio. So I'll send it back to you guys. Jerry, you there?
Can you hear me, Antonio?
I think I can, if you speak loud.
What other big name entertainers were there today?
Willie Chirino is playing a few blocks up from where we are here. This is probably the second biggest band that's playing, and there are basically stages all the way up and down the Calle Ocho for about 22 blocks. Big party all around, a lot of fun.
All right, Antonio, thanks very much.
Up next, Maria Gennaro with just about everything you wanted to know about this lousy storm system, though you might be afraid to ask. There is good news coming, though, if you keep it here on Channel 6 Action News. The Calle Ocho celebration, a real blast, and we'll take you live just a little later on. Stick around. Well, you know, we could sure use a break after all this storm stuff, and so let's pack it in right now and go down to Calle Ocho. We'll take you there as Action News continues. And while the weather, of course, was a curse for the rest of the East Coast, it was a true blessing for Calle Ocho today. It was a picture-perfect day for Miami's biggest street party, and as the million-plus partygoers will tell you, if you couldn't be among them, don't worry. Action News anchor Ileana Varela has been down there all day in Little Havana, and she's here now to tell us all about it. Ileana?
admit that it's a little bit chilly now, but it's been beautiful all day long. That cold wave that we were so afraid of actually made it wonderful for Calle Ocho. Right now, part of the music scene that we have here, we're waiting for the Gypsy Kings, very well-known group. Just some of the wonderful entertainment here on Calle Ocho. Take a look at some of the day's activities. There are three things you just can't avoid on Calle Ocho: music, food, and people. Wall-to-wall people. They come from all over the country. Some look like they came from another planet. And this guy looks like he's holding a planet on his head. Let me guess, your name is Atlas, right?
Ismael.
You having fun?
Yeah, wonderful time.
This DJ from Milwaukee brought 28 people with her just to party.
Tomorrow we just came for Calle Ocho. So
just for Calle Ocho?
Just for Calle Ocho.
We're that famous up in Milwaukee?
Yes, you're very famous.
The music is what draws a lot of people. It's non-stop. There's a stage on every corner, and you just can't help but swing to the beat, even if you're waiting in line. And there are a lot of lines on Calle Ocho. This one is to get a free hat, but the truth is, people will get in line not even knowing what they're getting.
I heard they're giving out marijuana.
The second biggest attraction here has to be the food. It's everywhere you look. So tempting. People will eat stuff even if they don't know what they're eating. But what are you eating?
I really couldn't tell you.
You don't know what you're eating, huh?
No.
Is it any good?
Yeah. Okay.
Now, what are you eating?
Chicharron.
Looks fattening.
It is.
Everything here is fattening.
It is.
Is that what makes it good?
Already, yes. Make us fatter.
But let's face it, worrying about your weight is something that can wait till tomorrow. Today, it's party time, and Calle Ocho is the biggest block party around. And the party is about to wrap up, but not before we hear from the biggest act at our stage today, the Gypsy Kings. Anybody who's listened to this group from France leaves away a gas. They are so good. There they go, Manny. Give them a look. The Gypsy Kings, part of the entertainment here. If you missed out this year, maybe we'll see you next year. I'll tell you, you shouldn't miss it, especially on a beautiful day like today. How you doing, Bob?
Ileana, how did it work out for you down there? I know it was kind of chilly and everything. Looks like you're staying warm.
Well, you know, I'm one of those people, it goes under 70 degrees, I'm freezing, so I've had this wool jacket on all day, but I'll tell you, I really didn't need it. If I was just a normal person, nobody really wearing too many shorts around here, but a sweater would have been more than enough, and it just made it so much more comfortable, because when you pack 1 million people on this street, and it's 80, 90 degrees out here, believe me, it can get a bit uncomfortable, but today it was beautiful, and the music, fantastic. The food, great. I'm afraid I may have eaten too much, but I'll be careful tomorrow. Thank you.
Thanks, Ileana. You're real cool out there.
Hundreds of thousands of people partying in the streets. Calle Ocho going strong. We're going to have a live report coming up.
And Dolly Parton is lending her voice to help victims of Hurricane Andrew. 7 News coming right back.
Well, it's one of the country's biggest block parties. It is Calle Ocho, and if you don't know what that means, it's Spanish for 8th Street. Hundreds of thousands of people are literally dancing in the middle of Calle Ocho. 2 of them just maybe Rick Sanchez and Sally Fitz. It's a little cooler than last year, guys, but I'll bet that makes the music even hotter.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, it's a pretty good crowd out here, but probably the effect of the cold weather has been that the crowd is a little more sparse, and as far as beer drinking is concerned, as you and I were talking about a little bit, it's a little less. But when we say the crowd's not as big as last year, that certainly doesn't mean it's a small crowd by any means.
Something like 1.1 million is the official estimate of the number of people on the streets here. That still beats Mardi Gras. Mardi Gras, they estimate 800, 900,000, and this is bigger. It doesn't have the play on the national media that Mardi Gras does, but probably the biggest in the country once again this year.
Well, it's certainly one of the biggest block parties in the entire world. They've been having it for so many years. You know, you and and I were talking about this a little while ago, Sally. It probably has a special significance this year because it seems for most people in South Florida that the fall of the Castro regime is very close at hand. So there's a little extra reason to celebrate this year out here.
I think that they want, if anybody's looking in Cuba, they want them to know that there are plenty of people here and to see what they have here. That's what Calle Ocho actually is all about. It's the opening of doors and welcoming people into their neighborhood to see what the Hispanic community has done here. It's quite amazing and quite to the credit.
It's a chance to be able to show it off. So, well, 5:30 straight up. Sally and I are going to start our show. I think it's our 6th or 7th annual Calle Ocho Channel 7. We'll be here. We hope you'll be here with us, and we hope you'll let us share this with you and your family. Kelly, back to you.
All right, thanks, guys. Have some arroz con pollo for me.
Everybody, I'm Rick Sanchez, along with my colleague Sally Fitz, and we want to welcome you to Calle Ocho 1993.
There's still time to come out here and join one of the most colorful and most exciting parties that Florida has to offer.
It is, without question, one of the most magnificent events in South Florida.
Hey, I'm Jessica. Finally, things have toned down a little bit. I can actually hear you guys. It's been a lot of fun here, and I do have some guests with me today. You're probably going to recognize this woman right here, Christine Hodge from Head of the Class. She was always the good girl. Remember her? With her is Tony Gussman. He's starring in the new series, South Beach. The one... Say hello.
Hi, everybody. ¿Cómo andamos ahí?
The one that's crowding all the streets in Miami Beach. And on his left is this beautiful girl, and she's starring in also a Fox series called Class of 96. How are you?
Babaloo!
Oh, Ricky Ricardo couldn't have said it better. And I'll tell you something. She's not in class today. She's enjoying the festivities. Now, these two ladies, they're not Cuban, just a little secret, but Tony's Cuban. Tony, are you having a good time?
I'm having a great time here with my folks. I feel it. This is just great. Here with my family, you know.
He's with us. He's having a good time. Come on.
Yeah. Okay, you don't have the salsa look going down. You've got the 70s look going down, but it works for you. You have to be thin. But these girls are dancing. Are they dancing well, Tony? You be the judge.
Dancing very well. I think they get the merengue pretty good here. Really quick.
No, I just have to say one thing. This boy can dance. He's teaching me that little merengue two-step thing.
Merengue. Christine, what about you? Are you learning?
Oh, absolutely. I'm Cuban. I'm honorary Cuban today. There's no place I'd rather be than Little Havana in the largest block party in the whole world. Actually, I just want a conga.
Come on, baby, do the conga. Da, 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 da. Well, you know, I think I better throw it back to Rick and Sally once again. I wish you guys could be down here on the stage because we are having so much fun. And as you can see, another band is setting up, and you know where we'll be. Back to you guys.
As a matter of fact, Sally and I are going to go down there as soon as we're done here and show you guys how the merengue is really done. Right, Sal?
Well, I want to go down and have some paella or something. You know, it's the performers, all different kinds of performers. Willie Chirico was...
Carnival Night is something that's seen all over Latin America. It's broadcast from Miami's Orange Bowl, and it is by far one of the biggest spectacles coming out of South Florida, broadcast throughout Latin America. As we go to a break here, we leave you with some pictures of what it's like on
block parties. Tens of thousands of people flocking to 8th Street in Little Havana for Calle Ocho. Now, it started 16 years ago as a local street party. It's evolved into a multi-million-dollar extravaganza. Well, 7's Craig Stevens joins us now from 8th Street, Calle Ocho, with more. Craig?
All right, Kelly, yeah, it is getting pretty nippy, in fact, with our bird's eye view up here. And I hate to be the one to tell you this, but if you have decided to wait this long to try and come on out here, forget it, because things are beginning to wind down. But take a look. 1.1 million people packing this place today. Absolutely incredible. If you did miss it, I want to show you some of the video we've got from earlier to give you an idea of what you did miss. People having a very, very good time, whether it's frolicking along, whether it's dancing, or whether it's trying to sample some of the cuisine. 700 booths where you can find food from all over the globe, quite literally. There's some of the good stuff right there. Now, this is second only to Mardi Gras and the number of people who come on out here. It brings people from far and wide. I talked to a guy who came all the way from Ireland just for this, here for that food and here for some of the fun. Let's meet some of them right now.
One word.
Wonderful.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Beautiful. Good.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah. These are friendly people up here. Good place to get something good to eat. I was going to say, they don't have parties like this in Oklahoma, do they? No.
And as the dancing there continues, the people having a very good time. As we come back here live, I've got to tell you, one of the most interesting things is once this all winds down, they've got to get 8th Street open and ready for everyday life for tomorrow. So you know the people who've got to clean this up have a very long night ahead of them. But I'm sorry to say, if you haven't been out here yet, it's too late. Maybe next year. And you guys, you missed a great time out here. But if you're nice, I may bring back some food for you later on. That's it. Live from Calle Ocho, I'm Craig Stevens. Back to you.
Craig, arroz con pollo, por favor. Thank you. Lynn?
No snotty comments.
All right, thanks, Todd. In South Florida's weather turned out perfect for the world's biggest block party, Calle Ocho. Eyewitness News reporter Louis Aguirre has been in Little Havana for the festivities all day. He joins us now, and it sounds like a big party going on there, Louis.
It sure is, Jolene. You know, I traded in my Guayabera for this leather jacket you see here. It is nippy out here, but it's been the coldest Calle Ocho on record, but at the same time, it's been quite a party.
Hello, America. Welcome to Calle Ocho, 1993.
No, not even Mother Nature's cool temperatures could keep this hot crowd away.
It's real cold, but as you can see, we have our jackets and our sweaters.
So with jackets and sweaters, they mamboed and salsa'd by the thousands for the biggest block party of the year, Latino style. Why do you keep coming back?
The food, music, the people.
Party time.
Party time.
It's good. I like the food. It's really great. It's fun.
You see, it's the people that make Calle Ocho, Calle Ocho. Well, there's also the question of food, and there's lots of it.
I got tamale, I got yuca, they call it
like that.
I got congri, they call it rye and black bean.
But if you think this is just a Cuban thing, think again. And you're looking at a live picture of the festivities right here at Calle Ocho. There's still about 45 minutes left of this shindig. There's lots of fun, lots of good things to do. We're having a great time, Joe, but I'll tell you what, next year I'll be willing to pass along the microphone and give you a chance to come out here. Back to you.
Oh, thank you so much, Louis, live from Little Havana. Still ahead on Eyewitness News, add another $30 million to the lotto jackpot. No one picked the winning numbers, and thousands attend a huge party in Little Havana. Eyewitness News is coming right back. Well, they were celebrating in Little Havana today. Hundreds of thousands gathered for the world's largest block party, Calle Ocho. And although it was a bit chilly, the food and entertainment added a little heat to the festivities. Eyewitness News reporter Louis Aguirre was there.
Hello, America. Welcome to Calle Ocho, 1993.
No, not even Mother Nature's cool temperatures could keep this hot crowd away.
It's real cold, but as you can see, we have our jackets and our sweaters.
So with jackets and sweaters, they mamboed and salsa'd by the thousands for the biggest block party of the year, Latino style. Why do you keep coming back?
The food, music, the people.
Party time.
Party time.
It's good. I like the food. It's really great. It's fun.
You see, it's the people that make Calle Ocho, Calle Ocho. Well, there's also the question of food, and there's lots of it.
I got tamale, I got yuca, they call it
like that.
I got congri, they call it rye and black bean.
But if you think this is just a Cuban thing, think again. In Little Havana, Louis Aguirre, Channel 10, Eyewitness News.
It may have been the storm of the century, but it doesn't seem to be enough to keep people from going to the Carnival on the Calle Ocho. Teresa Rodriguez is there live, and she joins us. Teresa, how cold is it out there?
It's very cold, Antonio. You can see I'm wearing my gloves, my coat. I don't know if it's the temperature, it's just that my blood is so thin after so many years of this warm weather. But anyway, it's going to be a terrific day down here on Calle Ocho. Now, you can see Dino behind me. We're on the corner of Southwest 8th Street. Yeah, the whole gang is here, as a matter of fact, and we're getting Barney dressed and Fred, so everybody's down here. This is the Kraft General Foods La Villa kiosk. There are about 500 of these kiosks that are going to be going up along this the 23 blocks of Calle Ocho from Southwest 4th Avenue to 27th Avenue. We've got the Wienermobile down the street, the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile. So, yes, there will be food for everyone, Antonio, from Latin specialties, you name it, food around the world. And, you know, what people are still setting up is, you know, they started to set up last night at about 11 o'clock at night. It was very windy, very blustery, but, you know, it's going to go on. Not even Mother Nature could stop this big block party, the biggest in the United States. As a matter of fact, I want to call this gentleman over with the Kiwanis Club of Little Havana, Mr. Carlos Halley, and welcome. Thanks for joining us. You're freezing too, aren't you?
Yeah, all night long I've been freezing, all night long.
What time did you get here?
We've been here since 11 o'clock yesterday, actually.
And it was really rough last night. It was very windy.
It was rough. It was very windy. That's why we're a little late, yeah, with all the preparations. But, you know, as you can see, we're almost done. We're almost done.
You expect to start off at noon, on time.
Exactly,
what kind of a crowd do you expect?
I think we expect a record crowd, even more than in previous years, because it's the weather's excellent.
And hopefully the sun will cooperate, right? And it will warm things up even a little more than they are now.
There's not a cloud in the sky, so, you know, it's actually very, very nice weather. It's going to be, it's cold now, but it's going to be nice.
And over 40 stages, we should mention. Any other things that you'd like to mention about your effort? I know that this is the 16th year, and it keeps getting bigger and bigger. It started back in 1978. It was intended to be a big open house and invite your neighbor over, and over 100,000 people showed up that first year. Now it's well over 1 million.
Well, actually, it's about 1.5 million, 1.7 million during the whole day. You know, you don't find 1.5 million, you know, right here in the street at one time, but eventually during the day, we'll have about 1.5 million to 1.7 million people show up for sure.
And maybe they want to bring their jackets if they're coming early, right?
Yeah, if you
and gloves.
Really bring your jackets, you know, and buy plenty of café cubano or
plenty of café cubano or café con leche. Okay, Carlos, thank you very much for joining us. Good luck to you guys.
Thank you very much.
All right, so Antonio, there you have it. I think it's going to be a great day, and hopefully, as I said, the sun is coming out, so it should be a little warmer. Maybe I can take the gloves and off in a little bit.
Teresa, how many of the who are the big name entertainers that are going to be out there today?
Well, obviously the star, the king of the carnival, Willie Chirino, who Cuban-American, and he said he's very proud to be the king. He hasn't missed one of these events yet. He's lived here for many, many years. And he says, you know, if I could quote him, he said, you know, when Latins here throw a party, everybody comes. So, hey, who couldn't put it better than that? And a lot of other big names. We've got quite a few stars on our stage. Channel 4 has teamed up with Coca-Cola and FM 92. We're going to be up the street at 22nd Avenue and 8th Street. So come on down, folks. You know, you can bring your, like I said, bring some sweaters and maybe...
Okay, we were obviously having a few problems. I guess the weather is still bad enough that we're having some problems with our microphone.
Probably a technical problem there. As you saw Teresa with the coat and the gloves, layering. You're going down, because even though the sun's out, it's still going to be breezy and chilly.
Okay, well, the time now is 7:25. Ahead on the Sunday edition of Today in South Florida, we'll tell you more about what's going on with the nasty weather in the rest of the country. And first, here, let's take a live look at the Calle Ocho while you can still see the pavement. We'll be right back. Despite the weather, the biggest one-day festival in the country is still on, and they expect that over 1 million people will show up for the Carnival Calle Ocho Festival. Teresa Rodriguez is live there now, and she joins us. Teresa?
Antonio, actually 1.5 million, I understand. And if you were with us the last half hour, I had gloves on. Folks, I lost the gloves. The sun is coming out, so I have a feeling Mother Nature will cooperate despite yesterday's storm. Now, let me get right to this gentleman right here who's very busy. He is the president of the Kiwanis of Little Havana. His name is Angel Veliz. And Angel, thanks for joining us. I know you're freezing. You haven't had your Cuban coffee yet. But I understand you did lose some stages last night because of the wind.
Well, we lost a couple of them that were in private parking lots, and then the big stage from Motorweiser was held back, so they're a little bit behind, but they'll be okay. They'll be up and running in time.
At noon, right?
Yes, they'll be up.
Tell us about some of the stars that the folks that are coming down here can expect to see and hear.
Well, we have Celia Cruz, we have Carlos Oliva, We have Oscar de Leon, La Chica de Can, and of course we have our King Willie Chirino.
Great event. Now, you were telling me you expected another record attendance this year.
Yeah, we're expecting a record number attendance again, and we're also expecting record low temperatures, probably in the mid-60s. But it's going to be real nice and real pleasant, and a great time for the family to come out.
All right. Well, there you heard it, Brooks. Thanks you very much, Angel, for joining us. Good luck to you. Go have some Cuban coffee. So, Antonio, as we mentioned, you know, the weather is cooperating. It's a little windy out here, but, John, if you can pan over and we can show the folks at home some of the activity. The folks are getting out here. This is the kiosk that Kraft General Foods is putting up, and some of the characters are taking a break now. We have Dino and Barney and Fred Flintstone and a lot of other characters that your kids will enjoy meeting. They're going to be down here. So there is entertainment for both young and old. Along the street, I'm at the corner of 8th and 5th, and if we go, I don't know how hard this is going to be, but there you go, John. It starts on the corner of 4th on the east side, 4th Avenue and Southwest 8th, and it heads all the way down to 27th Avenue. Now, along these 23 blocks, you're going to find over 500 kiosks with foods from all over the world, not just Cuban food, Latin food, but all over the world. In fact, the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile is already here. They were here at about 6 this morning when we got here. And also about 40 stages, over 40 stages. We will be set up a few blocks down on 22nd Avenue and 8th Street, and we're joining forces with FM 92 and Coca-Cola, and we're going to have, let me see if I can name a few of the folks that are going to be on our stage. Okay, we're going to have, help me out, guys. I believe it's La Chicas del Can are going to be there, and Orquesta La Luz. So it's going to be a great day, a great afternoon. Come on down, spend it with us. Bring up, perhaps you want to bring a light sweater or jacket. Maybe you can lose the jacket as the sun comes out and warms things up a bit. But definitely, you know, not even Mother Nature could stop America's biggest block party from becoming a reality. And as the president of the Kiwanis said, yet another record. It was the coldest it's ever been in 16 years, but you know what? They expect another record crowd. So, Antonio, I guess I'll see you down here later this afternoon, right?
Yep, I'll be down there a little bit later. I've got to work out there all day.
All
so
right.
I'll see you a little later. Great.
Okay.
Thanks, Teresa. Live at Calle Ocho, and Brian Allen joins me again. I'll drag you.
Joe. Florida is still recovering from the worst winter storm of the century and more than 50 tornadoes. But at 12 noon today, Miami's Calle Ocho, or 8th Street, will come alive. The city is celebrating the final day of Carnival Miami, a Latin-flavored festival. Calle Ocho is Little Havana's version of Mardi Gras, 23 blocks of excitement. Manny Vidal knows what to expect. This is his 8th block party.
A mix of a lot of different Hispanic nationalities that come together and to taste their food, listen to their music, and so everybody gets to know each other and know what we're all about.
At Bayfront Park yesterday, people were already celebrating. Stores along Calle Ocho are preparing to sell lots of merchandise. Organizers claim the party pumps millions of dollars into the area. 18-year-old Estani Fernandez works at the store. He arrived from Cuba just 3 months ago in an inflatable inner tube, swimming 22 miles. I miss my mother. That's what I miss the most. What can I do? Willie Chirino is a talented Cuban artist and the king of Carnival Miami. He's aware of Estani's experience. He has written songs about it.
I went through that too, years and years ago, but I left my family behind to come here. But he came to the right place. This is the place where dreams come true, where if you work hard enough, if you put your mind to it, you can achieve whatever you want.
Well, the severe winter weather knocked down many of the tents for Calle Ocho this weekend, but the show will go on, and over 1 million people are expected. Joining us now is Miami Mayor Xavier Suarez. Welcome. Good morning.
Thank you, Jackie. Things are doing quite well here. I think we're going to have probably 70 degrees by the time the show starts here on Calle Ocho, so we'll be okay.
Well, I'm happy about that. The last time we spoke was after Hurricane Andrew devastated South Florida, and coincidentally, and I must add, unfortunately, yesterday the East Coast was hit by another bad storm. How was Miami able to cope with another storm?
Well, unfortunately, some of the temporary housing was knocked down, but we've got plenty of resources to restructure everything in South Dade and help all the people to recover. And I guess today is the main mood here in Calle Ocho is going to be to party, and I think a lot of people from South Day will be coming up. We'll make sure that they can get over here.
Would you say that the rebuilding process, not only structural but emotional, has been a success in Miami?
Oh, absolutely. And, you know, the federal help has been magnificent. The insurance companies even are getting good grades, and people are helping each other. There were a few mistakes made, I think, somewhere along the line, but now we're getting our act together, and people are going to be doing quite well in South Dade. Here in North Dade, where Miami is, or Central Dade, where Miami is, of course, we weren't affected by the hurricane particularly, and people are enjoying a wave of economic improvement. You know, people are getting jobs and so on in the rebuilding process. You're talking about $25 billion worth of governmental and private infusion of money into the community. So it's been a big economic boon, actually, for the community.
Well, back to the festival. Today's festival is the culmination of 10 days of celebration. How is this year's Calle Ocho going to be different from the past years?
Well, as you hinted, the interaction that will take place here today is going to be magnificent. All the different people of Dade County will come together and they dance. It's incredible how many people who don't know each other all of a sudden start spending time with each other, particularly dancing and holding hands and just being together and enjoying what Calle Ocho and what Carnival Miami is all about. And Little Havana Kiwanis has done a magnificent job over the years. Now this thing has grown into an incredible block party, I guess the largest one in the country. Very exciting.
Mayor Suarez, thanks for being with us this morning. Have a great time.
Look forward to seeing you back here in Miami.
Thank you very much. And we'll get...
They're not warming up outside. They're definitely warming up outside on the Calle Ocho where Teresa Rodriguez is. Teresa, what do you have in store for us this half hour?
Well, listen to this first. Well, if you can name that tune, Antonio, then you should be down here on Calle Ocho where the heat is on, and so is America's biggest street festival. The tale's coming up. Well,
since I can't name that one, I guess I'll stay in the studio. We'll have more on that in a moment. But first, here's Brian Allen.
Unfortunately, I know what that song is.
Well, let's go back to Teresa and have her tell us more about what's going on Calle Ocho.
Well, a lot more movement right now. We've been out here for about 2 hours now, and this thing actually kicks in about 2.5 hours right at noon. But you can see, you know, we've got the Wienermobile back here. In fact, that was Todd who was humming there for us a little while ago, and thanks for joining us, Todd. Tell us, you came from a very chilly place, so actually the morning temperatures here are like spring break to you.
Oh, definitely. We came from Ponca City, Oklahoma. Wow. Yeah, it was a long drive. We had to haul our buns all the ways down here.
Okay, but you're down here and you're expecting a good turnout.
Oh, I'm really excited. I've heard a lot of great things about Calle Ocho and about the excitement that's around here for the day, so I'm ready for the festivities.
Tell us, what does the Wienermobile, what's in there? I really want to take a look in there. John, maybe we can take a look a minute.
Well, it truly is a wiener with the works. It has a microwave, a refrigerator, cellular phone, PA system, CB. You know, it's a hot dog with all the fixings.
It sure is, and you know what? Really happy that you're down here. And you're going to be giving out these whistles to the kids and adults as well, so anyway.
Well, we'll have some throughout the day at different times. So.
All right. Thanks again.
Great.
And you know, a lot of folks are down here. Just a few minutes ago, I met a young lady who was displaced by the storm. She's joining me now. And John, I know there's a truck backing up here. We don't want to lose our cameraman here. Okay, and she is here with us this morning, Berta Sar Alvarez, and thanks for being here. You were telling me that you were displaced by Hurricane Andrew. Where did you live?
I lived in Cutler Ridge, behind the mall, in the government apartments.
Oh.
And it was real bad. I was outside at 3:50 something in the morning when it began to, you know, come down rain heavy. And I almost got stuck in the second floor of my apartment building. So when it let up, I went down. And I was still at the window, and I saw the first tree come up with roots and all.
Oh.
And that's when I said goodbye, and I went to my closet. I said, forget it.
Well, you made it out okay, and you do have a little boy who's going to be joining you. He's still in bed, from what I understand. But you're down here. You just came down here to see what was going on?
Yeah, to see how things was going down here already, because, you know, I live so close now to it. So
you live here in Little Havana now, we should say. Now, you're not going to let this dampen your spirits. You're going to come back out later with your little boy and enjoy the festivities, right?
Back out and have fun like everybody else is.
All right. You haven't missed one yet?
Nope, haven't missed one yet ever since I've been here.
All right. Well, Bertha, good luck to you and your son.
Okay.
All right, and enjoy the rest of the day.
All right.
Okay, Antonio, so from Wienermobile to all the folks down here, we've got Tombstone's Pizza lining up as well. we're in the middle of traffic, it seems, so I hope we make it out of here okay. But certainly the crowd is already heading out. Like I said, officially it starts at noon in about 2.5 hours. They expect about 1.5 million people. I'm being told to watch my back. There is a truck that's backing up here. Let me move over to the side so we can let this gentleman back up. It started, the folks that are down here organizing this thing were down here at 11 p.m. last night. Of course, because of the winds and all that, they were a little delayed. That's why some of this stuff is still ongoing as we speak. We see a City of Miami police officer driving up on his bike. You can come through. Oh, he's waiting for us here. So it is busy, but, you know, it's on, the plans are go, and it looks like it's going to be a beautiful day, a little windy, a little chilly, but everybody's down here. In fact, people are enjoying their ice cream as well. So Antonio, from the food to the music, over 40 stages on these 23 blocks. Again, it starts actually on the corner of Southwest 8th and 4th Avenue all the way to 27th Avenue. So I think it's going to be a great time for everyone. We're going to be at the corner of 8th and 22nd Avenue on our own stage. So come on down, folks. Just bring a light sweater, and you might want to have a jacket you can leave in the car or something for later tonight. It ends at 7 o'clock in the evening with a great fireworks display. So I think it's going to be great for everyone, adults and kids.
So, Teresa, in the control room, people are asking me if you're auditioning for a traffic cop job.
I don't know how to take Actually, you know what? Everybody's being so cooperative down here, and it's great to see people like Bertha down here. She lost her home, but she made it out okay with her son, and she said nothing is going to keep her from enjoying today, and so she's out here early just kind of curious as to what was going on. But it's great to see that spirit and to be able to tell the folks everywhere else, we made it, we're fighters, we're survivors, we're down here, we're going to have a great time, and despite that hurricane 6 months ago, despite the storms we had last night, we're here, and this is what it's all about. I think I should quote Willie Chirino, who is the king of Carnival Miami, by the way. He said, you know, when Hispanics throw a party, it seems everyone attends. And I should also say that for those of you who have been listening to his new song, it's called Cuba DC, Cuba DC, Cuba after Castro. It's becoming a fast hit, and I understand he may also be playing that when this kicks off. So come on down, folks. There's plenty of food, there's plenty of fun, entertainment, clowns for the kids, those Flintstones characters that we mentioned a few minutes ago. So a good time to be had by all.
Thanks, Teresa Rodriguez, for that live report from the Calle Ocho. I'll see you down there a little later.
All right, looking forward to it.
Little Havana this weekend, hundreds of thousands of people gathered to celebrate at the world's largest block party, of course, Calle Ocho.
The temperature was a bit chilly, but the food and entertainment helped to keep everybody warm. Eyewitness News reporter Louis Aguirre was there for the party.
Hello, America. Welcome to Calle Ocho, 1993.
No, not even Mother Nature's cool temperatures could keep this hot crowd away.
It's real cold, but as you can see, we have our jackets and our sweaters.
So with jackets and sweaters, they mamboed and salsa'd by the thousands for the biggest block party of the year, Latino style. Why do you keep coming back?
The food, music, the people.
Party time.
Party time.
It's good. I like the food. It's really great. It's fun.
You see, it's the people that make Calle Ocho, Calle Ocho. Well, there's also the question of food, and there's lots of it.
I got tamale, I got yuca, they call it
like that.
I got corn green, they call it rye and black bean.
But if you think this is just a Cuban thing, think again. Louis Aguirre, Channel 10 Eyewitness News, Daybreak.
A lot of fun. Okay, you saw the fun at Calle Ocho, but what about the mess it left behind? Don't worry. Cleanup crews were on the scene as soon as the day died down, sweeping and picking up after the hundreds of thousands of partiers. And they worked late into the night, so if you traveled on Southwest 8th Street this morning, you shouldn't have to face any of the mess.
What a mess. Still a lot more to come on, right?
Gracias, Bernadette. Bueno, y las bajas temperaturas no impidieron que las familias salieran a la calle, no a votar, pero a disfrutar del festival anual de la Calle 8 que organizan los kiwanis de la pequeña Havana.
Y Esteban Lavela nos dice que más de 1 millón de personas se reunieron para celebrar por 16º año el popular festival.
1 millón de personas volvieron a reunirse en el Festival Anual de la Calle 8, que se inició en 1978. El frío no impidió la asistencia millonaria, al contrario, abrió el apetito.
Tenemos el congrisito, la arepa colombiana, chicharrones dominicanos, arroz con gandules, ensaladita, totones, alcapurria puertorriqueña.
En plena calle se pelaban los plátanos, se freían y se convertían en tostones. Tuvieron gran demanda los pinchos internacionales, el maíz, el arroz con pollo, los taquitos, las papas espiral, frituritas de bacalao, la tortilla española, el pan con lechón, los tacos mexicanos con picante. El pueblo no se cansaba de bailar y de comer.
Tenemos todas las comunidades hispanas representadas aquí a través de la comida tradicionales, así que todos los hispanos estamos felices de encontrar toda la comida típica nuestra.
Y muchos al comer ayudaban a un cocinero de arepas, muy especial, alguien que necesitaba dinero para pagar su defensa.
Me siento muy contento en realidad que el apoyo del pueblo latinoamericano pues se ha hecho ver hoy acá con los puestos que tenemos acá para recaudar fondos para continuar con mi defensa.
Aquí el público se divirtió, tomó, amó y sobre todo se alimentó. Esteban Lamela, Noticias.